guys, I took the cover off and straight away we can see the problem. So this here, all that rust and you can see the oil on it. That's obviously just corroded. So that's all that is a loop pipe. Basically connects quite conveniently there. It goes across, around to there, and all it does is acts as a cooler for the power steering. So as the fluid goes through this pipe and back on itself, there's air forced in through the front of the bumper onto that. So it's just a cooler. However, it has corroded, as we can see. So I'll get on Fleabay, hopefully pick one of them up second hand and take it from there. Get this one whipped off. Dilly. Right, so I've got the pipe off. Not too bad. This bolt snapped. That one I had to cut off with a grinder, but it doesn't matter. I can just sort them out, put new clips on. But yeah, so this is the pipe. So you obviously all around here wet. It's proper rusted there all the way around. So because what I was hoping I could do was join this with a piece of pipe, flare it and then put a clamp around it, which then wouldn't really act as much of a cooling system if it's going through rubber rather than the metal, but it would have got the job done. But it's a bit of a bodge really, so might as well just bite the bullet. I've looked on eBay, I can get one brand new for about 54 quid for a whole new pipe, or second hand one 23. But if I get a second hand one, chances are it's going to last a while, like probably enough for me to sell it. So I'm debating whether to just go for a second hand one or just stick a brand new one on. Yeah, I suppose it'll depend if I want to keep the car for any length of time, but knowing me, probably not. Right, dilly. Right, so I decided to buy a new one, so I've ordered that. I'll be here Wednesday, I think. But for now, so I can start the car back up. And not have the remnants of any power steering fluid fleeing out the pipes where I've took off. I've just made a bypass pipe. So the old pipe I cut off, so I've got the spigot ends. Just put a bit of pipe on there, Jubilee clips. That'll now bend around, join back on and do the continuous loop, so I don't lose any power steering fluid. So I can top the system up then and just bleed the system, make sure that the pump's okay. Otherwise might need to order another pump, because it's been run dry every time that engine's been running. It's been turning the power steering pump dry, so at least by doing this it'll stop oil going all over the drive, and it'll test the system to make sure that when I put the new pipe on it is actually going to function correctly. So I'll get this fitted in situ and then bleed the system. Dilly. So headlight washer system, yeah, it's 50 quid for the part. Here it is, basically leaks out of a weep wall, rendering that useless. So 50 quid for a new one. The only one I could find was the left, couldn't find the right one, which is the one I needed. So I've decided to just take the whole system out. So that's the joining pipe, ran across the inner of the bumper there. Got a washer jet there and a washer jet there, so I've took that out. Here's the washer pump for the headlight system, with the pipework there. The pipework ran under the underside of there, so all I've done is I took the washer bottle off, and if you have a look in there, under there I've put a rubber black bung in place of where the motor went, so that doesn't leak. And that's it. Disconnect the electrical connection obviously from the motor, hid that out the way, and put this bottle back in place. So that's the headlight washer system just totally removed from the car. So now I can put this bumper back on. Obviously you've still got the parts on the front of the bumper where the washers would have came out of, but yeah, for the time and effort and cost, it's just not worth having. So removed, dilly. Yeah, so yeah, another little job. Well, I had the wheel arches off to get the bumper off. I've took all the inner out, because down here you can see the build-up of crap that you get. Common on most, so it's worth just taking the extra couple of screws out and taking the whole inner arch out. I'll clean all that out, I'll blast it off with the pressure washer, treat it with some rust preventer and rust eater, and then I can pop the arch back on then, and that'll do it for a couple more years at least. A little bit preventative maintenance. Yeah, same on the other side. I've already cleaned the other side. Yes, that's all. Probably not say I haven't got the light on, but yeah, so I'll give them a quick blast and then I can start with that rust preventer. Dilly. Right, so one little fix is when I had the roof closed in the locked position, it still had the light on showing that the roof was open. And basically what happens is when you close the roof, you lock that in, and then if I just get up here, see that hook there, when you turn it, hooks under here and pushes on this. So when I close this, you'll notice the light goes out on the dash. Now what happens is the original one gets worn down and I can't push it across enough. Oh, indeed, this part here wears down slightly and just doesn't quite make the contact on the trip switch to tell the car that the roof is shut. So a simple fix is just to get one of these clips, and what I did, I just cut it on the back side, so basically where the flat bit is, not where the curved bit is. I just put my snips in there, snip that there, so cut that back bit in half and just kept the full length of the front, and then just slotted it over the top of that and pushed it in. The reason you need to cut it down is this back side, it would foul at the bottom, so that's why you've got to kind of cut a bit off. Yeah, just pushed one of them on there, and now when I close the roof, oh, I don't think I've got enough battery power now. My battery's draining, but oh man, battery's dead. But anyway, now when I close the roof, the light goes out. Trust me, dilly. Okay, so we can see I've connected my VCDS. I've took the plastic trim off here because I needed to get the dash out in preparation for sending it away or taking it to Newcastle to get the pixelation fixed on here. But anyway, I've connected the VCDS cable and we can see the green light is flashing. However, I go on to VCDS, going to say engine control module. It's cycling through trying different channels to read the engine controller or the ECU. But that doesn't flash. That should be flashing now saying it's reading information, and it's not, and it comes up with that. No response from controller, and that's exactly the same on any. So ABS, I know I've got an ABS fault because the ABS light's on, and again it's just not reading at all. Again, you can see that going through the different ones, different channels, no response. So I cannot access the brains of this car. Now, reading on the forums, it suggests something to do with the, believe it or not, the headlight leveling unit or module, which can get damp, certainly obviously on the Roadsters because they got a soft top. The water can get in. Apparently it's located where the back seat would have been on the passenger side. But I mean, I can't find it. I've looked behind there, there's the CD player's behind there, but there's no module. Anyway, I'm going to have to investigate further, see if I can find this module. Apparently it gets damp. Because the channel gutters for the roof get blocked, and that causes a little bit of flooding in the car. Now it is wet under my seat. Under me seat, not on it. However, the passenger side's dry. So anyway, I need to find it so I can get it dried out and see if that's the problem or it might need replacing. Dilly. Also, while I'm here, I forgot to show you off the last video, obviously, the battery went dead. So I've hooked it up now to a different battery. So we can see there the light is off. If I close this door, I'll show you what else happens. The light is off now for the roof to show that it's shut. Now when I open the roof, the light will come on, and also the windows will go down, which it didn't used to before. So I don't know if I can show you both, but no, I can't. However, you might hear them. There we go, and both windows have opened slightly, just to allow then the roof. Just lift that up there, back that round to there. That hooks into there, and then I'll just press the button then to lift the roof up on the motor. Yeah, and then again back down to there, press, lock it in, light goes out, and the windows have closed. Dilly. Right, so power steering pump is all sorted. I started the car up, bled the system, topped it all up, so that's spot on. Power steering now works, which is good. I then went to test the screen wash, or the headlight wash, and that was not so good because the pump is knackered. The reservoir sits behind this wheel well here, the wheel arch. So I've took it all off. You can see here all the cables. So we've got two cables for the pump, so the washer pump for the windscreen and the washer pump for the headlights. The headlight one is connected there, and that one is okay. It's fine, it works well. However, this one doesn't. And if you look closely, you can see, well, you don't even have to really look closely. I suppose if I zoom in, it helps. Typically, so you can see the cracks around there where that must be enshrouding the pump itself. As you can see, there's some cracking there as well. Cracking there. So it's obviously overheated, melted the plastic, and it just doesn't work anymore. So I've ordered another one off Fleabay, so that'll be here on Friday, I think it is. So I'll be able to get this fitted at the weekend. I did test basically your two connections here are exactly the same. So I did plug the windscreen washer into the headlight washer cable, and then activated the washer to make sure that I had power and the pump actually worked for the headlight washers, which it does. So that tells me that the circuit is absolutely fine, and it is definitely the pump. At least I know when I put the pump on, that's going to work, so there's no electrical problem as such. So what I'm doing now is refitting the infrastructure for the headlight washers, just get them in place, and then once I get the pump I can fit that, refit the reservoir, and then just clip that end back onto the hose, which is simple enough. So I'll get this squared away and then just leave the bumper off until I can get that in place, and then obviously test everything works correctly. Dilly.